Hi, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from yourblackworld.com, and today I wanted to talk for a second about hip hop music and the influence of hip hop versus parenting. Now, first of all, I want to say that I love hip hop music. I didn't start listening to music until hip hop hit the scene. I still listen to hip hop all the time. I even listen to hip hop music from artists that I criticize, like Lil Wayne. I like Lil Wayne's music because I think he's a very talented artist. I just think that he needs to use his powers for good rather than evil, and I also think that he needs to chop off, that last 5 to 10% of his music that is clearly unacceptable. So, when I speak about Lil Wayne and all these other artists, I'm really speaking out of love. I'm speaking as a member of the family who's saying, look, to my brother, slow your roll, man, because what you're doing is destructive. It can hurt a lot of people if you're not careful. Now, here's the thing that really bothers me when I hear people talk about hip hop. There are people who seem to think that if your children are influenced by hip hop, that just means you're a bad parent. That good parenting is the solution to everything, and that the music on the radio has no impact on our kids at all. Well, anybody who works with kids on a regular basis and sees high school kids and how they're influenced by these artists knows just how silly that is. You notice that hip hop artists have a huge impact on how our kids dress, how they talk, how they act, and how they think. There's no way to get around that. Any psychologist will tell you that you cannot absorb a self-destructive message every single day over and over and over again without that message sinking very deeply into your subconscious. If every day you're hearing that that it's cool to get high and to get drunk as much as possible, or that you want to pop bottles at the club, have sex with every woman that you can get your hands on and waste all your money, well, those messages sink into who you are. So then when you got that kid who is 20 years old and he wants to be a rapper, I mean, how many black boys do we see that want to be rappers or athletes? That kid who wants to be a rapper and he can't read and he is smoking weed with his boys every day and he's walking around strapped and he's getting into all kinds of stuff that can get him killed or sent to prison. You can't pretend like the music and the messages that he's been absorbing every single day as a child don't have something to do with that. That's like saying that everything your teacher teaches you at school has no impact on you, or what your mother says to you every day does not matter. The fact is that every message that we absorb as human beings has an impact on us, and anybody who thinks that the self-destructive music that kids hear on the radio doesn't affect them is absolutely ignorant. The reality is that we have to really talk about this music. This is not just like a Sylvester Stallone movie or some sort of violent action flick. Hip hop has a degree of authenticity to it that movies don't have. Sylvester Stallone can kill 50 people in a movie and come out and say, "Oh, I'm not a real killer. I just pretend to be one on TV." Lil Wayne can't do that. Lil Wayne can't say, "Well, I'm not a real killer. I'm not a real gangster. I'm not a real blood. I just play one on my music." No, he is expected to keep it real. And if people find out that he's not keeping it real, then people won't buy his records anymore. So ultimately, the authenticity of hip hop is what leads and impacts the amount of the degree of the effect that it has on young people when they listen to that music. So let's stop pretending that this music that our kids are absorbing has nothing to do with their behavior. Anybody who looks at what's going on with black men right now, you'll notice that there has been a spike in terms of the types of senseless violence, the gangster shit that you see kids getting into. And I talk about gangster shit because I know how gangster rap works. I know the messages that come from that. And if you look at kids now in their early 20s and in their teens and a little older, they get into some stuff that wasn't really around in the previous generation. Much of that is curved and shaped by the influences that they're getting from hip-hop artists who put a gun in your face on the album cover and tell you that a real man is a gangster. A real man smokes weed every day. A real man got a whole lot of bitches. A real man goes out here and pops bottles at the club all night. Well, what do you see? How often do you read stories about black men, especially black athletes, etc., getting arrested after getting into a fight at the club, getting shot at the club? Everything goes down at the club because everybody thinks they're supposed to be at the club all the time instead of being in the library. So anybody who thinks hip-hop does not have an impact on our kids needs to get real. Good parenting is very important, but I know a lot of good parents who are very frustrated by what this music is doing to their kids, and to say that they're not doing their job is an insult to all of them. So that's all I want to say about that. I'm out of here. Take care. Have a wonderful day. I'm gone. Peace.